just on the very edge, just real lightly pull up, because you don't want to poke a hole in it. If you poke a hole in it, just go buy another set and throw these ones away. And what I do is I bring it up, and then I'll hold it with my fingers. Let me do this so you can see. And then I slide the bolt over it without crushing it. I'm just shaky. I'm real nervous. There we go. You gotta, whoop, nope. You gotta be gentle. There we go. Get her down in there. And a little bit of the anti-seize will come off. And make sure you wipe it off. This is what's known as mechanics glitter. And trust me, if anybody's worked with this, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You get a little bit in your finger, like right here. And then the next thing you know, you're in the house, you got it in your hair, all over your body, in your shoes. That stuff just, it spreads like a disease. I mean, it's wicked. And then what I do is I hold the boot with my 2 fingers, and then I slide the bolt down over until it seats. And then you look under there, there's no gap. Boom. And then push your bolt down in. Sealed. Now sometimes it depends on which one you use. Sometimes you'll go to push it in, and it'll just want to pop right back out. It will not go in and seat. And the reason for that is from the lube and stuff in the hole, it's filling the hole. So it will not let the bolt go in. In that case, what you got to do then is just real slowly work the bolt in and out, real slow. Twist it, turn it, and then it will eventually go in. Sometimes it's once or twice. Sometimes I've already stood and done it for 5-6 minutes till it would go in and seat. We get this bolt all covered with mechanics glitter, some anti-seize. So this way, and the only reason I do it with every brake job, for the simple reason, I know what it's like to get a brake job in and everything's frozen, golded, and rusted. So, more than likely, I'm going to be the next guy, but if not, if one of my customers would decide to take it somewhere else, the mechanic will thank me that everything comes apart real nice and easy. And that's how I like it to be. Okay, got that bolt in. Well, can you say? No, you can't say, can you? Well, you're going to take my word for it. We'll push this one down in. Yeah, it's like this one's not wanting to go in. We'll give it a little up and down, a little twisting. There. Now she's going to stay in. Okay. Now let's loosen this. Put it back this way. And we'll take some more mechanics glitter. And we're going to put it in the slot where the brake shoes, pads, and the clips sit. Both sides, both ends. Get them good and lubed up. There we go. Now, take our first clip. Okay, wrong side. There we go. Thought that looked weird. Let's do this side. There we go. Slip that clip in. One of our new brake pads. And the anti-squeal clips. I mean, some people will put them on, some people won't. I always put them on for the simple reason that more than likely I'm going to be the next guy changing this. One, and for two, Oh, what are you doing, you dum-dum? Doing this all wrong. Come on. Get on over there. There we go. Like I said, more than likely I'm going to be the next guy changing this, for one. And for two, that way they start squealing. He'll come to me and say, hey, my brakes are squealing. And this will save him from buying rotors and stuff. There we go. Come on. One more. There we go. These things could be a bear to push on sometimes. And that's what they look like. Totally on there. And then this sticks up just a whisker. So that when it wears down low enough, boom, it'll start squealing and, oh, hey, you know, you need brakes and pop this one out. Let's get this one set back in. There we go. Get her in the groove. Okay. Everything looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Put this in there. See, now they fit too loose. They keep wanting to pop off. What am I doing? Boy. Put your one end in. Put your other end in. Set that pad in there. Let's get the last pad. And this one also takes clips. And anti-squeal clips. And also takes anti-drag clips also. Get this end in. Push this end in. And this is how they're supposed to be. With very little effort, they should move free. Real free. That's how they're supposed to be. Not some brake jobs I tear apart and the brakes are like, people can't get them on, so they hammer them in, and then you're prying, trying to get them off without damaging the rotor, and it just sucks. I mean, a little bit of time, and now you got something that just, next time you get it back and you have to tear it apart, it'll go together nice and easy. Come apart nice and easy. Alright, let's take this out real gentle so the pads don't fall, which they might end up doing. I might have to take them out, put it on, and then put the pads back on. But we'll see. Alright, let me bring you guys over here. Okay, probably gonna have to readjust you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. There we go. Now, we're going to slip. Nope, there goes the one pad. I knew that was going to happen. Now, let's just take the pads off and then we'll put them on once this is in place. Alright, let's get our caliper bracket bolt top one started. Come on, baby. Where are you at? This stupid caliper's hanging in my way here. I can't. Okay, here's the top one started. We'll run it by fingers until she touches. I do the top one first for a simple reason. Is in case you have a problem with something at the bottom, you can just pick up on it like this. And boom, back down. Do what you need to do, and then put it all back together. Okay, let's get this inside pad on. go. She's on. She don't want to stay on. Let's get the other one in. That'll hold them both on. There we go. Alright, let's get the bottom caliper bolt bracket started. Lift that up on your caliper bracket until you get her started. Okay. Now let's see if we can move our caliper up out of the way here. Let's take it and hook it on this end. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. Let's get our socket, whatever I did with it, for the bracket bolts. Huh, I thought that was it. Maybe it's still on the ratchet. It sure is. How do you like that? Till I snug up. These are set at 80 foot-pounds. Let me get my torque wrench here. I just bought a digital torque wrench, but it's in the house. I forgot to bring it out, so we're gonna have to use this one for now. There we go. Lock her down, and then we'll tighten her till she clicks. I'm gonna get back under here so I can get more leverage. Okay, there's that one. And right now it's set on 60. That's the way I do things. Okay, now we're bump her up to 80. It's actually 83, I think it said. There we go. And we'll give her a final tug and tighten her up. You can hear it clicking, so she reached her torque settings. Okay, there's that torque done. Alright. And these caliper bolts, they're like, I'm gonna let all the tension off this. I'm going to unscrew it so that it's no tension, because there's a spring in there and it will ruin the spring if you let tension on it. They're torqued, I believe it was, where's my socket for this? I know that ain't it. No, where's it at? Darn it, oh, there it is. I believe they are 27 foot-pounds, but I've been doing brakes so long, I don't need to torque them. I mean, you should. It's no excuse. Whether I know or not that they should still be torqued. But, alright, we'll put some more mechanics glitter on the caliper bolts so they don't seize up inside the caliper. Bring our caliper around town and make sure your hose is not kinked or swirled or have any U's or bows in it. Oh, you know what? Got to compress the caliper. Important step, I forgot. My new caliper compressor tool. See, I have the old type that you squeeze that I like so much better than this. So much better. But it broke. I got to fix it. And I just don't have time right now. So for now, I'm going to use this one. And it comes, if you buy the one for the doubles, it comes with this. And then these ones are already on it, and you can see the difference, much bigger. This is for dual piston calipers. This one is for single piston. You just lay that in there, hold the back. Come on. This thing could be a bear sometimes. There we go. Alright, it's grabbing. And then just real slowly. You don't want to do it fast and spit all your fluid out of your reservoir. Just double check before you start doing this. These guys can't even see. Let me bring you up some. There you go. Make sure before you start compressing this that you have enough room in your master cylinder for the fluid when you push it back in. And I know there's people out there that says, well, you should take the cap off before you do this and blah, blah, blah. And I've been changing brakes for 33 years. I've been a mechanic and working on cars. And this is the way I've always done it, and I've never had a problem, even with these newer cars. And then these ones will get tough. They are tough to push in because they're dual piston. So you got to hold it. Okay, let's try it this way. It's probably going to be easier. I know my arm's probably in your view, but when I reach in the whole ways, it'll stop. And then we can throw it on. And I only do a couple clicks at a time. For the simple reason, if you get it and click it way back to here, then you have no angle to push on it. And it's hard. That's why I'm going to do it like this. Couple clicks at a time. You want to do it slow so it doesn't spit out all your fluid. Wow. These things were out the whole ways because them brake pads were down to almost nothing. Another probably a couple days, maybe a week, it'd have been in the metal, guaranteed. There we go. She bottomed out. There we go. And what I do, the easiest, fastest way is when I'm done, then I just wind this in by hand till it's about 3/4 of the way in. Then you're ready for the next job. Okay, let's get our caliper down here. Put our brake pad back on. Slide our caliper over, nice and easy. Everything should fit. If you have to force it, something's wrong. Take it back apart because you shouldn't have to force it. Let's get our top bolt started that we put mechanics glitter on. Okay, there's the top one. Now let's get the bottom one. Put some anti-seize, never seize, whatever you want to call it. Mechanics glitter, it's all the same thing. Put our bottom bolt in. And remember, before you move it, start it up and pump up your brakes. If not, if you don't pump them up, when you go to back up and hit the brakes, you're going to get a surprise. I can tell you that. I actually did that one time, forgot all about pumping up the brakes. I was working on a car and put the wheel bearing on it. Compressed the caliper, so it'd be a lot easier to get it off and get it back on. Click! There, that one's tight. At the back of the garage. Hit the brakes and they just went to the floor, man. Oh, was that scary. Click. That one's tight. And that's it. Brakes are done. Brake job is complete. Now, Now, he took this here yesterday after I put the other upper ball joint in. He took it up to a place up the road here, to a shop, to get the front end aligned. And they told him he needed an upper ball joint on this side and an outer tie rod in. Well, he went and bought the parts and then come to me and asked me to check it. I said, it's kind of late, you bought the parts. Well, needless to say, there's nothing wrong with this tie rod end. Nothing wrong with the ball joint. Let me put a bolt on this rotor. Oh, they're down here. Lug nut. Actually, not a bolt, a lug nut. So that the rotor don't move. There we go. Come on, tighten up. And there's absolutely no play in this wheel whatsoever. Oh, push the backing pad in a little. Or the dust plate, I mean. Not the backing pad, the dust plate. There we go. There's no play in this anywhere. This upper ball joint, they told him he needed two, and there's nothing wrong with the upper ball joint. I actually put a crowbar in it, and there's no play in it whatsoever. I mean, it is absolutely solid. Actually, we do have a little play, maybe. But it ain't the ball joint. So, and that's about it, guys. I mean, for all intents and purposes, that's about all there is to do. There's a little play, but that's normal. There's nothing wrong with that ball joint. I honestly think they were just trying to make some fast cash, hoping it'd say, oh, okay, well, put on it what it needs, and then go ahead and line the front end. I'm pretty sure that that's what they were doing. But, I don't know. Could have been a rookie, and he thought that it needed him. It's hard to say. But, anyways, that's that done, and there's a new tire. I got mine. Well, it ain't new. It's used. He bought it used. He got two of them for $40, and they're a little over half tread. They're real nice shape. He got a pretty good deal on them. So, but that's about all there is to show on that, guys. I'm going to go ahead and continue and start on the body work, get some of this stuff fixed, and tell him to come get his truck, and he can go get the front end line and get it inspected. So, it's actually not due to the end of the month, so he might not get it inspected right away, but I just wanted to get it all done and ready for him. So that's about all for this segment. I'm hoping I'm going to be making videos in the future. Actually, Saturday I'm going to have a videos, guys, bringing Toyota 4Runner. I think it is. Is it a 4Runner? No. Pathfinder, Nissan Pathfinder. I work on so many cars, it's unbelievable. And he's bringing a Nissan Pathfinder, and I put back trolling arms on it, and he took it home, and I forget what he did. He took the one back wheel off, put the back wheel back on, and he stripped the nuts. Well, had a buddy of his try pulling the lugs in, put new lugs in it, got the old ones out, put new ones in it, and pulled them in, and they didn't feel like, they didn't know how to take the axle out, so they just put the lug nuts in and tried pulling them through with the nut, which most of the time that does work. Put the nut on backwards, put it on, tighten it, and it'll pull the lug right in.